Welcome back everyone to another Coach Blickers video. We're going to be looking at a Nasus top here. This is an iron game, and we're going to be focusing on Nasus top. So this player was curious about, why it felt like this lane was impossible to play in. He felt useless later, or she, and we want to know just kind of if we could have done anything better so that we could have been more impactful and also just, have a better time in laning phase, period. So we're going against Set as Nasus. Set is annoying to any champion top lane. That's just how that champion is. And we want to play around his abilities if we possibly can. We know the main thing that he will use to engage on you is his Q to run at you. And then he'll snatch you with his E. So those are the two things that we'll watch out for. Okay? So with Nasus, you're just going to play safe. You're just going to wait for the farm to come to you. And you're just going to look to scale. Let me turn this down a little bit because it's pretty loud to me. Alright. So let's just see kind of how we could have played this laning phase a little bit better. All right. So he doesn't have Ignite, so that's good. That he can't just straight up all in you and burn you with Ignite. All right, just doing our thing farming. Right here, you're already stepping up too close. You already know you can't trade with this guy. You just gotta let the farm go. Sometimes you do have to sacrifice farm, but look where he is. Like, you have to run through this guy realistically to get the farm, and you're gonna take damage. If this guy doesn't hit you, I don't know, he's trolling. So it's okay to give up farm as long as you do not take damage. If you take damage and you give up the farm at the same time, that's really, really bad. But if you give up the farm and you take no damage, that's so good for you. So let's see what happens. There it is. And as I said, you don't get the farm, right? So you took damage and you didn't get the farm at the same time, which is why it was pointless to walk up for it anyway, because you're not getting the farm. What you can do is you can stay in EXP range. So the EXP range is fairly big. Usually you won't be bullied out of it. A long time ago it was way smaller, but now it's huge. So it's something like this. If I'm you, the range is somewhere about there. So as long as you stand somewhere in this vicinity, you should be getting the experience from these minions dying. This far back, no. But somewhere right here, yes. So I guess that's not really the actual size. Maybe if the minions are here, you could probably stand somewhere to like right there and you'll still get the experience. It's probably a better way to kind of indicate it than that huge circle. Okay, so let's see where you end up standing. It's probably a little bit bigger than that. Like I said, it's very fickle, but for the most part, you should be all right. Where are you roaming to? Oh, you're going to go help. So you don't have to do this. I assume you're rotating because that guy's your duo, but as a Nasus player, you sit in lane. Doing this is going to lose you the game. You need to sit in lane and do your job by just farming and scaling. You're not a champion that likes to rotate, and junglers, especially once you get to higher elo, will understand that, and they won't expect you to roam. They didn't necessarily ping you, to be honest, but the fact that you're here, maybe you guys are on comms or something, I don't know. But you shouldn't rotate for that, because you lost out on CS, and that could have gone really bad, because you don't provide anything, You're just a scaling champ. You don't provide anything early. You took more damage for the CS. Once again, just stay in the vicinity of the experience and you're good to go. So if anything happens, just stay in lane and look to CS. You do not provide anything for your team by rotating. Once you get a few levels under your belt, maybe a few stacks, you could probably look to do some more stuff, but this is way too early to do that. Vladimir players do it, Victor players do it. The players that know that their champ doesn't do much early just tend to sit in lane because they can't help. Gotta stop walking up, let the wave come to you. He has more minions than you do, so it will be shoving to you eventually. So just sit and wait, and it's okay. Because you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be really low where he can just dive you. I'd rather you be full HP and get some experience in gold than you be 0 HP and get no experience in gold, right? If you really want to look to like scrap and stuff like that, play a different champ. This is not one of those champions. Just now look how low you are. If you had Ignite, he could just dive you. Or if the jungler shows up, they can dive you. Luckily, you're, getting your HP back, not only because you have Doran Shield, but you also had potions, and he has lifesteal on his passive. So you can heal up. A really cool tip when it comes to playing Nasus is just ignore all champions in the game. Just act like they don't exist. I promise you that helps a ton. When I was first learning Nasus a long time ago, this is back when he had that new ultimate skin that came out a long time ago. I would just ignore people. Just act like nobody exists, and the only thing there is farm. And you just sit there and you queue. And it's very easy for you to last hit under tower because you have your Q, right? You have the animation cancel. So basically what that means is you can auto attack, and then before his animation finishes, just Q. So you can get 2 auto attacks in one at the same time. So you should be able to last hit fairly easily under tower. So if you would have waited for the minions to come, you would never been that low, and you would never have had to TP. Because what happens if you get low again? You're gonna have to recall, and you're gonna miss a lot of CS. Okay, your teammate helps you out there. So if you were looking to back, ask your jungler to help you clear the wave. Okay? If not, then you should just do what you're doing now and just chill out. But the fact that we got close means that we got low, and he's going to kill you now. Or you should. If you get too close, you're done. You have to get your 6. Okay. And that's things you want to realize as a... he's probably going to die too. Only because he's super low level. Ooh, super close, super close. Okay. So what we want to think about when we are playing this lane so far, or any lane like this that's super annoying. I can't take damage. I wait for the CS to come to me, and I CS under tower. It is okay to sacrifice CS. You do not have to take damage to get the CS. That's huge. Just the only thing right now that's holding you back in terms of this laning phase is I keep going for CS to get traded on. If I just wait for the CS to come to me, I don't ever have an issue. And then once you get items and stuff, you'll just be stomping this guy. Once again, not to beat a dead horse, but we're in the same position. And when you find yourself in a position where like the wave is frozen, you either do one or two things. One, call your jungler over and ask them to clear the way for you. So that way it will reset back to the middle. Or you can go and try to take his Krugs. Or go and invade and take his camps. Now that's very, very risky to invade. So if your jungler just happens to leave Krugs up and he's bot side, just take his Krugs. Get your stacks that way. That way you're at least doing something. But when you're forced to overextend like this, you're super easy to just get engaged on. This is perfect though. Now he's shoving the wave because he keeps trying to fight you. Oh, but we tried to fight back. No, the wave was already shoving because they had more minions. So yeah, there's nothing... It's not like you suck or anything like that. It's literally the fact that you're just trying to get your CS and he just keeps punishing you for it. Just got to be a little bit more patient. I promise you, if you're just a little bit more patient when it comes to CSing and you just sit there and just hover around in the experience zone, and like as long as you're away from this guy, you will never take damage and you guys will just be staring at each other pretty much. Just like that. You see how he couldn't do anything to you because you're out of range? And you just farm it, right? What is he going to do? Nope. Go back. No. You don't win. He's just baiting you. Yep. You're 2 levels down. You'd never win this fight. Just continue to CS. You got too close again. Yeah, just stay in EXP range. If he goes forward like that, you go back. When he goes back, you go forward. It's kind of like a magnet thing, right? So every time he pushes you, you get pushed away. Every time he walks back, you get pulled back. Once again, don't go for it. He's right there. He's going to punish you. Yep, exactly. Now, that's unfortunate that you got flashed on, but that's where you would want to be. Like, if you never died at all in this lane, he wouldn't be able to actually kill you there because you would have never been behind. But that was the actual... That's what you should have been doing from the start. You should have been that far back, just waiting for the wave to come to you. So you learn really quick during the laning phase that that's what you want to do. But let's go back and let's just pinpoint some of the spots where we could have stood to not get traded on, okay? So right here, perfect. He can't actually grab you, right? Because you're too far away. When he steps up, what do? we walk back. So we do this. And he steps up like that. So that way he can't get us. See? And that goes for every champ. Every single champ that you do not want to trade with, you're going to have to keep that in mind. If he goes forward, I go back. If they go back, I go forward. Every single time. Again, same plan. Stay in XP range, which you are. This is fine. This is a good spot to just sit and stare at him. And then once he goes forward, what do? We go back. That's it. Okay. It's very, very easy once you get a hang of it. The thing, like I said, that's happening is that you don't suck. You just really are prioritizing that farm a little bit too heavily. It's not about how much farm I get when you're playing a scaling champion like this. Although you will scale a little bit slower, you're still making sure that you're safe. Once you start getting things under your belt with like gold and items, then you could just straight up kill this guy, no problem. But you have to be patient. You have to let the farm come to you because you are a weak champion. Not every champion is built the same. So in order for you to really, really get the most out of your champ, you have to play how they want it to be played. Nasus is a scaling, really passive early game champion. You can't do anything against that or else you're going to be in big trouble. Okay? So I hope this helped you. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me or let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to obviously answer them. If you guys are interested in booking any VODs or any sessions or anything like that, use the code FIRST. That way you can get $5 off whatever you book on my site, coachwicked.com. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day or night. And thank you guys for doing what? Approaching this like a coach. Have a good rest of your day or night, guys.